Every guy has one. Oh, wait, this ain't gonna work. Susan. Every guy has one. The list. You know what I'm talking about. All guys have this mental list going on of things to do around the house, little things you want to tighten a screw on something, or adjust something, or maybe touch up paint on something. Depends all on what it is, but you get a list like this. And what happens? Nothing ever gets done on it. And the reason why nothing ever gets done on the list is because none of these items are priority items. They're just things that you'd like to do, but there's no particular time frame when they need to get done. Obviously, if you have something like a leaky faucet or something like that that's more of an emergency type thing where you can't use it, then that takes precedence, and that's another reason why the stuff on the list doesn't get done. But I got this bug up my ass lately, something I've been meaning to take care of that's on the list. I have the time and motivation for it, so let's go. I have these closets in the upstairs hallway. They work. There's nothing really wrong with them. The little is nothing that I can fix. It has to do with the latch that they used up at top. And it is what it is. They don't rattle or anything, so it just is. But I've been noticing this one is it's stiff. In addition to that, I want to oil the hinges. So there's the hinge there. Let me get you a closer look at that. These hinges are weird. They have a bottom cap on them and on top. Now normally on a regular hinge like this one, it's just a pin at the top. You could stick something underneath. Some people use a nail, some people use a screwdriver, others use an Allen key, which is a pretty ingenious idea. And you put that in there and you put a hammer on that and keep banging it till the pin pops out, and then you can oil it or do whatever you want. Now with the bottom cap, I said, well, how do I take this out? This is ridiculous. There's no, you can't do that trick because you got a bottom cap there. So, I went looking on the interwebs and watched a few videos, and it so turns out nobody has this style of hinge. So I said, great. Now, if you have one that has a bottom cap, typically what they tell you to do, and I don't even have the right tools here because I'm not going to need them, right in this seam here, wherever you see that bottom cap, you'd stick a screwdriver in there and hammer it, and that'll pop that out, and then you use the same Allen key or screwdriver, whatever, to pull the pin out, and you can do whatever you need to do. Another option is to put a pair of vice grips on it so the little bump out is sticking out. You can watch videos on this stuff, but there's a little bump out and you can hit that with a hammer, and with it grabbed on it'll yank it out. I played with this for a minute and I said, you know what, I'll never get replacements for these hinges, so I don't want to have to worry about any of that, and I certainly don't want to mar it up. So what I came up with was simply a pair of pliers that have tubing cut to fit the ends, and that will fit here. Now on mine, I don't even have to remove this bottom cap. I can just go in here, grab it. Let's try that again. So grabbing that, I can now hammer, and I have a little dinky hammer here. Well, that's great. It's not moving. Well, I tried it with another one and it worked. I didn't do this one. So I'll show you another one. That worked a treat. Now I just have to work it out. Now, if you've never taken the hinge pins out of a door, the door is going to want to sag. like that, but you're going to just sort of mush that back together and make believe it didn't happen when it's time for it to go back. Also notice how the bottom cap has stayed intact. And indeed, this hinge pin is the length of it, so no worries there. This is the whole thing. So now we're going to clean this up and oil it. So I just have a paper towel that I'm going to hold it in. I got some regular spray cleaner, whatever you got handy is fine. We'll just spritz it down and just sort of clean it up just a bit. I'm not looking for perfection. You're never going to see it, but it's there. And yeah, you can see the dirt and stuff that was there. So that's all fine and good. I'll continue to use this paper towel. And now I'm going to put oil on the hinge pin. This is the way I like to do it. There's other ways. A lot of people are going to say, oh, can't I just take WD-40 and spray the hinge and wipe off the excess? Yeah, you can. Did you want to do this again in 2 weeks? Because that's about how long it'll last. You don't want to use WD-40. Instead, the old standby, 3-in-1 oil. And I'm going to go ahead and put a nice coat of oil on this hinge pin. Just like that. And on the other side, just because I really put a very, very light coat. There we are. That'll do fine. Now we'll go reinstall. Alright, so now we got to squeeze this back together just like that. And that's it. There is white paint on the thing. I'll see if I could just turn that so it doesn't show. There's a mark on that, but whatever. It's good. And I'm just going to tap that right quick with the hammer to make sure it's seated home. That's about how it sat before, so I'll be satisfied with that. And now I gotta figure out a way to get that other one out that didn't want to go. Interesting. Using the same pliers that I showed you with the hammer before, I was able to get this popped up just a bit. And then I was able to get in here with a flat blade screwdriver and sort of pry a little, and I got it to move a bit. So now we're going to take this and hammer oh yeah, that's going to be a real stubborn one. So I got to just keep hammering at it and hope for the best. Oh, not even. Alright, let me keep working at that. There we go. I don't know if there's enough contrast for you to see, but pretty dirty, kind of rusty, little crap on there. So yeah, same story. Let's oil that up and put it back in. One freshly oiled pin going back. And yeah, that's going to need some hammering down. So I'll take care of that. But look at the dirt that came off of this one. That is either old lubricant or rust or metal filings. It's funny because these these closet doors were not making any squeaking noises or anything like that. But yeah, something you just got to do every now and again. And there we go. I have 6 more to do. Many will disapprove of this, But another thing that I'm going to do is sort of just drip oil on the hinges at these points with, of course, a rag. I'm really not using much here, and I'm doing this for two reasons. One is the oil will actually help to clean it a little, and two, it will also protect it, and the third is the hopes that some of that oil will actually make its way into the little points between so it can swing without much trouble. So I have all 8 hinges on all 4 doors done. This is the last step. I'll take care of that, and then we'll go to the latch. This is the latch, and you can see where the striker has been hitting it, and it goes in here. Where to get new ones of these, I don't know. Can you hear that? Just a little, maybe a little loose. This has flat screws that hold it in. That's definitely, that's better. They're kind of hard to get into. Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. No more rattly. So that's good. But of course, we're going to service those as well. I want to show you the striker first. So here's the top of the door and the striker. It's spring loaded. So what I'm going to do is clean that. I'll wipe off the top of the door because nobody ever does. And then I will put a little oil in there to make sure that that works freely. And then I'm going to actually grease the latch plate for it. So I'll take a new paper towel, spray it down quite liberally. And the first thing I'm going to clean is that little spring-loaded jobby. And you take a look and tell me. See that dirt? Oh yeah. So yeah, we'll wipe off the top of this. It's not as bad as I expected. Not too bad. Yeah, maybe I'll hit that with another paper towel because it's just, I don't think it's been done. So, you're doing it, you do it, you know. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff up there. Dust bunnies and other dust varmints. And that, of course, will dry in short order. Now, we're going to oil the button up there. So I have my oil right here. And I'm just going to kind of let it flow. Just let it flow over it. And I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to really do anything more than just kind of go around it. Just in case there's excess there. I bought this big tub of super lube some time ago. Was going to use it on, did use it on, the sunroof gaskets on my car. And for some reason it didn't act as a grease, it acted as a glue. But everything else I've used it on is good. Incidentally, the pill bottle that's here has no drugs in it. They're just miscellaneous screws and whatnot is all that's in it. So I'm going to use some of this stuff because I have it. And I'm going to take maybe about that much. Dab it in there real good. And coat this. Just so I'm sure that all of the surfaces of the metal piece, even areas where the little striker button kind of guy isn't going to go into. Alright, Now that's in, I think I have just enough clearance to see how the door will close. Oh! Nice. Absolutely butter smooth. It's all working fantastic now. I'm really happy because this is one of those things, like I said, that has been on the list for a long time, and now check that one off. All done. When was the last time that you oiled your closet door hinges and took care of the latches? What? Oh, you never did? What? Really? Oh, yeah, and the door still squeaks? Yeah, I've heard of that. Oh, yours, yeah, it's binding up, right? Yeah. Yeah, well, you got to get on this stuff because nobody else is going to do it for you. You got to just do it sometime. And it was, well, for all intents and purposes, cathartic and a brainless activity. It really didn't take much to, get all of this moving and get on with it. It really only took, I don't know, for the two doors, 20 minutes. For the two closets, 20 minutes in total, if I weren't making a video. But anyway, it's done now. I'm very happy with it. Just so nice. They weren't even binding before, but now I know for a fact that the hinges are nice and smooth, the latches are nice and smooth and tightened down. Incidentally, I had already tightened the screw hinges, hinge screws, one of those, down as well to ensure that those were good. And, a little loosey-goosey on a couple of them, but tighten right up, and it's all back together. So I'm very happy with that. I thank you very kindly for watching. Don't neglect the little stuff. It really doesn't take a lot of time, and you'll be a lot happier. Just do one thing for me. Do your bathroom door. We all use the bathroom. We all use the door. Even if you think it doesn't need it, oil the hinges, take care of the latch on it, and you're going to be like, what? I could just walk in there and just close the door behind me and it closes? You know the drill. You've probably been neglecting it for a long time. Go just do your bathroom door, and then you can see how good it really is when everything operates smoothly. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.